Hey, guys, please let me know if I sound any better. Can you hear me now? Do I still sound like a chipmunk? Okay, it's better. All right. There's a little delay, so it took a second. You want to point out, hey, Josh, man, I'm glad you joined my live stream. That's my buddy Josh. He's pretty new at YouTube, and I've been checking his stuff out. It's kind of cool to see somebody with their first couple videos and remembering what it was like, you know, doing your first.
Yeah, he's from Indianapolis?
No, he's not.
Oh.
No, I don't know where Josh is from, but cool guy. Cool guy. You guys should go subscribe to Josh Carey. But yeah, I'll start that over since the intro. Sometimes when I start the live stream, it does that chipmunk thing. I've got to change my settings and change them back to get it to kick in. I don't know why it does it. Does my wife know? This is Laz says, does your wife know there's a hot chick in the Rasta Room? Look at Laz. Look at Laz getting them brownie points.
Yeah, he's trying to get points. Good job, Laz.
Josh says, what's up, what's up, what's up? Thanks, y'all. But I know he doesn't ask for people to go subscribe to him. He's not one of them guys that puts himself out there a whole lot and is like, everybody come see me or nothing. He's not an attention whore like I am. But he's a good guy, and he deserves some views on his stuff. He's got some good stuff. He puts his thoughts out there, and an honest person. You can tell by listening to his videos and stuff. So we've got Eagle VP, we got Laz. He says hello. Okay, Random is here. Yeah, Matt sounds like a DJ. Hey, Keith, let me get you guys in here.
I can't even wear these glasses because my nose is sweating.
Mine is too. It's warm in here. It's about 85 degrees, which for you UK guys, it's like 29.4 degrees. I Googled it.
What is that, like Celsius?
Yeah, they do Celsius, which we should do Celsius because most of the world does Celsius. I think it's us and like one other country, maybe Canada or something, that does Fahrenheit, and everybody else in the world, it should be unified so we all can understand. But yeah, let's see who wants to join in on the live stream. Sending out these invites. If anybody, I always forget to say this, if any of you guys want to join in the live stream, please just let me know. I'm going to try to send an invite to Random Life Productions. Look, there's Keith.
Hello there. I'm in.
All right. How are you, buddy?
How are you?
I'm good. You don't hear an echo on my end, do you?
No. Yes, a little bit. Yeah.
Okay, I gotta keep the speakers up a little bit just so I can, you know, because I got a fan going. It's loud in here. I got to be able to hear you, but I don't want you guys to hear an echo. So.
No. Yes.
Oh, where'd it go? He disappeared. I kind of waited, expecting him to come back in here any minute. There she is. Random Life Productions. Hopefully this invite will go through. Gail, if it don't, and you want to join in, let me know. I may have to have you send me an email or something. That's how I've been doing this stuff through emails. I got a lot of people's emails, so I could do that, because if I just send a regular invite, for some reason people aren't getting up their mind. I think it has to do with, remember how Google Plus came out, and when you first started it, it actually separated from your channel. You could link them, but they were separate. So now I have like 2 Google Pluses, because it automatically later gave me one from my YouTube channel, and so it's ridiculous.
There's Keith.
Sorry about that, Matt. It's I just caught the button by mistake.
Yeah, I don't know if you've seen last week. I did that in the middle of the live stream and ended all of it.
Wait, there's that other dude that be on here.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put the other line.
DJ Ian, check your email, buddy. Check your email, DJ Ian.
Oh.
Hey, there's Fishy Comics. Sorry, man, I'm doing you down there.
I tried to tell him.
He sneaks in like a ninja. I don't listen to you. I'm sorry, babe.
I know.
I drown you out.
I know.
It's like a natural thing.
It's okay. I can look dead at you and you talk and you're not hearing.
Back again. Hi, Fish. So what you been up to then, Matt?
Do what?
What you been up to this week? Ain't seen many videos on.
You know, I've been like, I don't know if you see what I said at the beginning, but here, Gail is giving me her email, so I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste that so I can send her an invite. But my heat went out, so I've been dealing with a lot of stuff. We got a lot going on right now. My daughter graduates next week. Hey, there's Ian.
Yeah.
What's up, buddy?
You right, buddy?
Are you laid down again, Ian?
I'm on the settee again, Keith.
Yeah, laid down. Yes. And how's your partner? Is she there?
Yeah, she's next to me. She's on the phone.
I'm all right, thanks.
Good. I booked 2 tickets for Morocco. Me and you.
When we going?
A couple of weeks.
That'll do.
That's fine. I'm going to see Matt then.
Sorry about that, Matt. That was just. Ian was on last night, you know, on mine.
Yeah, I seen it. I watched it all.
Yeah.
I haven't finished it today, but I watched it all.
You're right.
You right, Fishy?
It was good fun last night, especially on Gail's. Gail's was fun. 3 of us were live. Me,
Yeah.
Barry, and Gail. That was good.
So let me explain for people who don't understand. So she was live and she had you on as guest, but you were also live on your channel and Barry was also live on his channel. It was like a 3-way live stream, multi-channel thing.
Yeah, I was going to do it tonight on yours.
That'd be awesome. So let me catch up on some of these. Ricky Rooney says, hey Matt, saw you were on, popped in to offer love and support, and awesome YouTuber. Not sure who the others are. Okay, well thank you, Ricky. So every week I have a guest on, and Keith, Eagle VP here, he pops in quite a bit, so does Fish and Ian, and they're just other YouTubers, and they just come on to chat and have some fun on a Friday night with us, so that's who they are. Look, we got Gail.
Hello, how you doing?
All right. Is this the first time you've been on this one, Gail, or have you been on
again.
another one?
It's me and the boys again.
Do what?
I said it's me and the boys again.
Oh, yeah. Well, we got females here. Actually, you can't see her, but my daughter, oh, there she is.
Hello.
That's my little graduate. She's graduating next week, graduating high school.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And my wife will be in here, so there's other females around.
Oh, come on. Otherwise, it's me and the boys again.
And Ricky says, hey, oh, sorry, Gail, what was you saying?
No, just get my charger. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
My iPad runs out when I'm streaming.
Josh Carey says, congrats. Hopefully I'm saying your last name right, Josh. I don't want to butcher you. But Ricky says, hey, everyone, much love and support as well. Hey, thanks so much, Ricky. I really do appreciate it. Vlog from the Bogberry is here. I'm missing a lot of these comments. I'm not very good at this, catching up stuff on the comments. Josh, by the way, said, I speak fluent hillbilly. They's about it. He says, love it. Oh, he also said, loving the accents, y'all. I do too. We were actually, I was just telling somebody today that I plan on talking a little bit about accents today. I was thinking about it today. I thought it'd be interesting to talk, especially with you guys from the UK and other parts of the world. There's Andre. He's in there. I'm going to send him an invite, see if he wants to pop in. No pressure if you can't or busy or whatever, Andre. No big deal. But if you want, I'm going to go ahead and send you an invite. Well, I was thinking about it today, and I realized that I had changed my mind about an opinion I held my entire life about accents. And you guys remember when the pop singer Madonna moved to the UK for a while? Years ago. I'm talking like the 90s, late 90s.
Yes.
You guys remember that?
Yeah, go on.
And she came back with an accent and was brutalized in all the papers and media and stuff like that. And even I had a bad opinion of it. Like, come on, you don't go live somewhere for a couple of years and all of a sudden you can't talk like you normally talk to your entire life. That sounds ridiculous, right? But I realize as I've gotten older that I have picked up other people's accents. And I even now, just talking to you guys a lot, catch myself saying things with an English accent, especially if it's something you guys would say or talk about. I don't know why, but it's I don't know. I think it's a natural thing to pick up other people's accents, especially when you're around them a lot and interacting. I'm watching your guys' videos all the time and things like that. Do you guys agree or disagree? What do you think?
I agree. Because I lived in America and I definitely picked up an American accent. And when I go to Wales, I get more Welsh. So I come back and my accent's completely changed. So I agree with that.
Now, I can't tell the difference between the person I was talking to today was Simon from Wild Presentations, and he might pop in with us, hopefully. Yeah, I was like, I don't tell the difference between your guys' accents in your areas. I mean, a little bit maybe. I can tell that Ian's got a little bit of a different accent. I was telling Simon that I think he kind of laughed at me, but I told him that it almost sounds a little bit Scottish to me. He was like, no. But to me, I don't know, the way that some of the words sound, and maybe it's because I'm American and I'm not used to it really. I'm really not used to your accents at all until I started YouTubing. Other than American actors or English actors that played in American shows that Americanized things a lot, I really didn't have much exposure to that accent. Now, I grew up in an urban area, and there was like, if you guys know what Ebonics, American Ebonics is, which is like the street language. Do you guys know what that is?
No, I don't.
I'm not.
Basically, if you think about what a lot of the American rap artists, hip hop artists, the way they talk.
Okay.
It's an urban way. It's a lot of slang.
Yeah.
I grew up in a neighborhood that was mostly African American, and I was among the minority, being white, and at least in high school and stuff. But anyway, I picked up a lot of that. I can speak with some slang, and when I get around people I know from the hood, I can talk. It comes out. It comes out. They're laughing at me, but y'all know what I'm talking about, right?
That's how you got it. That's right there.
And when I get around people from the South, I do the same thing. American South. The Southern slang. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I have family that's from down there that I would be around a lot when I was a kid, and I would pick that up. Matter of fact, I did it so well when I was about 13 years old. I remember I would go to every summer. I would visit some family in Kentucky, which is south of us. It's not deep south, but it's south. They have accents, and my family down there would have me talk like that all the time, so they can convince people that I wasn't a Yankee from the north. They would call me Rufus.
Right. So, Keith, can you do any accents, or are you watching? What are you doing, Keith, up down there? What are you up to? I've got Fishy just watching, and Keith looking down at his laptop. What are you up to, Keith? Pay attention.
I'm just replying to Krim on the comments and so on. Sorry about that.
There's a lot of comments going through.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys helping me keep up with that. It is a lot of comments. We've got Barry saying, whoa, oh, she went to Dick Van Dyke School speaking Cockney. Okay, I was scared to say that at first. Vinny G is here, by the way. Hey, Vinny. Hey, Vinny, if you want to send me an email at mattsbigdream@gmail.com so that I have yours, I can send you an invite. I'd love to have you on, buddy. But yeah, so Vinny, if you guys don't know, is from Down Under, and I definitely do a better Australian than I do an English accent, and I think it's because I grew up. Crocodile Dundee was a big deal when I was a kid. It was my hero, you know. Did you guys watch that?
Yeah, we've seen that.
I don't know. Maybe it was because he came to America that made it so cool for me, but I just loved it. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that there's quite a lot of accents in the UK though. So you've got like Keith, who's got like a northern accent, and Ian, I think you've got a Scouse accent, haven't you? Or am I wrong?
Whoa, Gail. Whoa. I thought you was a lovely lady. Don't put Scouse and Cheshire in the same category.
It's almost the same, right?
Yeah, it is. I'm on the edge of Liverpool. I can't.
Yeah, Gail is nearer Welsh than he is Scouse. He's
Well,
a
I tell you
good lad.
They all those Scousers used to go.
Hey,
into
Matt, send Vinny G a invite.
Yeah, I am right now.
He's from Australia.
Oh, we're gonna have a whole host of accents, but Keith's kind of like he's proper old man accent. He's got a Hobbit accent, which was like an old Freddy type of accent, like an old English movie. What do you think, sort of accent?
Hey, Gail, I still can't hear you.
Can everybody else hear me?
Yes,
No.
I can hear
Hello.
you. Gail,
You are
you are
significantly
quiet.
quieter than everybody else, though.
Oh, well, I turned it all up. What's wrong with my mic? I'm not covering the mic.
Is there dust in it? Did you get some goo in there? Some of your food or something? I'm just kidding.
No, I haven't got anything in it.
What is this?
I haven't got anything in it.
Oh, that's good.
I almost couldn't even pour it.
All right, guys, here's the Friday.
Cheers.
Cheers. Red Solo shot glass.
Yeah.
Go somewhere.
Stretch. You had to stretch for that one.
Well, I tell you what, Matt, though, I'm getting a bit of a sore throat.
Are you?
Yeah, you know, I think I don't think I'm gonna be able to make it tomorrow night somehow. Oh,
I knew that's what you were getting at.
Keith, should we give you some idea of what questions are going to be asked in your interview? Do you want us to give you like a quick heads up?
yes, go on then.
What colour pants do you wear? I think is one of the questions.
Oh, well, yeah.
What size bra?
That's an easy one. That's a softball.
No, I'll manage. I'll wing my way through it.
So for those of you guys who don't know what we're talking about, just to fill everybody in, because by the way, Crimson Fantasy, thanks for coming in. I'm sorry I didn't acknowledge you. It's so much going on. I'm not good with the comments. I got to keep up on that. But anyway, Keith does his one-to-one live, one-to-one interviews, and they're fantastic. And I'm very, very excited about, was it tomorrow, right?
Yes.
So tomorrow he's got Matt from Drone Encounters going to be on his one-to-one, but Matt will be interviewing him. And Matt is asking for questions on his latest YouTube video. He's got the comment set where he has to approve them so nobody can see them before he does. And he doesn't approve them so anybody can see them until this live stream, apparently. So he's basically keeping the questions private. But if you guys want to ask Keith anything, go to Drone Encounters on his latest video, leave a comment with your question for Keith. And he says anything goes. That's why Keith has already got a sore throat and copping out.
A bit of sign language, I think.
A bit of sign language, okay.
Keith, are you adult rating that video then? Are you adult rating and who's moderating?
I've got nothing to do with it, have I? It's him. He's the one who suggested it. He wanted to do it. So I said, yeah, but I didn't expect him to play dirty because I don't ask for questions I do research. He asks for questions. And you know what friends are like, as you said? You know, friends, yeah, they're the worst type. Enemies are the best.
Hey, Keith, I saw you commented on you got to go and watch this, right? Keith's gone and commented on one of the old girls' websites. So out of 500 comments, Keith's the only bloke on the entire page.
Yeah, I know. Good at it. All those women.
I think it's great that he's asking other people for questions, because usually when we're watching you interview somebody else, you're kind of introducing the world to this person. We all know you, we watch you, and you're kind of introducing us to someone else. Where, you know, here he's talking to you, we know you, but we all want to know more. And so he's asking other people for questions. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense for this thing.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. Yeah. So maybe on my next one-to-one, whoever it is with.
TJ's woodworking shop is in the house. Sorry, I just want to acknowledge. Hey, TJ.
Yeah, I'm going to do the same. I'll get all my subscribers to suggest some questions. So I'm going to do another one-to-one with Gail, because mine got interrupted by a phone call.
Hey, is TJ's woodworking shop in the house again?
Yes, he is.
Hello, TJ's woodworking shop. Everybody say hello to TJ. Hello, TJ. We've got to do that.
Yeah, hello, TJ's.
He's all up in everyone's live stream. We love him.
Yeah,
That's
I reckon it's fish that we want to know more about, Matt.
Yeah.
And he won't divulge anything. We don't
Oh
know.
man,
anything.
my ear's ringing.
Yeah, I know.
So here's what you do, Fish.
Go
Let him
around.
interview you, but you give him the list of the questions that you'll allow him to ask you. That's what real celebrities do.
Well, Keith, I had to move from my other hotel. You can see it's entirely different now, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to move again. All because of you. I'm trying to run from you.
Hey, there's Vinny. Vinny's in the stream.
Hey, Vin.
Down under Vince.
Can you hear us, Vince?
Yep.
All right. So everybody go subscribe. Everybody go subscribe to all my guests. And I didn't
Nice
do what I
to
did.
meet you, G.
Put on the links in the description below. So we're gonna have to tell you what everybody's channel is. But Vinny G, he was just in the comments from down under, or down under, right?
Yes, that's right, Matt.
I'll do a good Australian, mate.
You can try.
Hey, better than others. Better than I do the UK. When I try to do the UK or the English accent, I most time end up sounding Australian.
You got to try our slang.
Do what?
You got to try our slang.
Oh, your slang? Oh, no way. I've heard some of your stuff you popped off with, and I don't even understand half that.
Things like sliding down, another splinter in the ass from sliding down the banister of life.
But you guys also have slang names for things that if you don't know what you're talking about, you'll be thrown way off. Like what?
Dead horse.
A dead horse?
Tomato sauce.
Oh,
Oh my
Tomato
God.
sauce is dead horse?
yeah.
Yeah. Pass the dead sauce, mate.
Listen, Cody, you can learn something.
So TJ says, hey, my friends, what's up, guys? What was that?
Hello.
Oh, that's Fishy with a business call. He said, I gotta take this.
Hey,
So
Keith,
what
Do we think Fish is from the Twilight Zone?
you think he is?
Yeah, I think he's an international man of mystery. I think we're going to have to stalk him.
He is a little mysterious, that's for
Everybody
sure.
has different accents. Does
So-
anybody have the same accent that's on here right now?
Yeah, the wife's got a good point. No, Gail? Because
Nobody.
Even though 3 of them are from the UK, they're from different parts, and so they have different accents, kind of like how the Southerners and the Midwesterners, like there's Wisconsin area has kind of its, in Minnesota, has kind of its own accent. I don't know if you know this in the US, and they do a lot of don't you know. It's almost Canadian.
What accent was that?
You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Like, if you guys ever watch That 70s Show, the mother has that accent. Oh my gosh, what are you doing? Don't you know? I'll make you a sandwich. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? Am I right? Nobody?
No, from like,
Nobody? Can I get a comment over here? Any viewers?
yeah, from like when they're from New York and they say like coffee.
Yeah, that's different. That's New York. Yeah, coffee. Yeah. Got Joe about a few coffee.
What
That's
is that?
That's in New York.
Oh.
I can do the
You're right,
American
you're right. I
ones.
thought you were still-
I can do the American ones a lot better than I can do the foreign ones. I just don't. I haven't heard enough, I think. But if I do, I will get them. I will get them. I do voices. Since I was a kid, I've always been able to do the cartoon voices of all the different characters and things like that. Drone Encounters, I did the Kermit the Frog for him once, and he's been bugging me to do it on the live stream. So if he pops on, I promise I'll do Kermit the Frog.
Oh, come on, Matt. Come on, Drone Encounters. Let's hear this Kermit.
I've sent him an invite. I don't know if he's available. He ain't even in the chat
Are
today.
you gonna do Kermit? You do that one good.
But Vince, what's been up? What time is it down there right now?
Which one?
7:30 in the morning.
Matt?
7:30. No wonder. Look, we're all in party Friday night mode. It is 7:30 Saturday morning in Australia.
It's what?
Where Vince is right now, it's 7:30 Saturday morning.
So he's like just waking up. You got your coffee?
Got your coffee?
I got the coffee. Hey, Keith.
Yeah.
Answer to your question, I got 1.3 kilometres.
Oh, that's all right then. Great, wasn't it? Yeah.
Mm.
And are you pleased with the improvement then?
Yeah, I am.
Did you watch that one, Matt? On his what he did with his standard?
Yeah, I've been watching all of them because it's so interesting. But it's I know he really does good a job at breaking it down where I can understand it, but it's still way over my head. The dude knows what he's doing, and I just don't.
He does, yeah. Vince does. Very technically minded.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of that language about bandwidths and all that stuff that I don't really understand how it works really. I'm just not one of them dudes. But Vince is smart. Dude, if you guys don't know and you guys don't watch Vince's channel, he's hacking stuff. He's done some pretty cool things. And basically what you're doing is started out just going back in the apps on the Go apps for it. Is that what you did? To previous version?
I tried to reverse engineer the whole thing, and I left the app alone because I didn't think the app was that important. But once I discovered that the operating system on the drone was a Linux operating system, then I had no choice but to go to the app, because I've always said that if you're going to bring something down, it's got to come down from the inside. And I did.
You did. You did succeed in it.
Yeah.
And so you were able to get, basically breaking it all down, you were able to get a way better signal and strength of a signal and distance of a signal.
I went from 16 decibels to 27 decibels, which basically puts me in the FCC mode, which all you guys in Europe, once you're in the FCC mode, you'll get the same distances as I can. I don't know about you, Matt, because you're in FCC already.
Yeah. I do have problems, but I did. Ian got me turned on to one of these. I had never even seen them until he showed me. I haven't even opened the package yet, but it's one of those.
I had to look around to see what you done bought.
Let me pull it out.
It's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Yeah, it looks like it would work pretty well. At least help a little bit. It's got to do something, right? But
No,
Yeah,
it's one of
I've got one.
the extenders that I've got.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I've got mine.
and they're just
Oh, yeah.
reflective things you put on your antenna for your drone.
They do work.
Hopefully it'll help me a little bit, right?
Yeah.
What do you
no,
think?
they do. Yeah, I've got one, and I offered mine free. All you've got to do is just send me your address, and I'll just post it, because I'm not using it anymore. I've got the ARG Tech system on mine, but yeah, that does work.
Well, just so you know, I was able to find this on the Wish app. I don't know if you guys know what the Wish app is, but you get stuff super cheap. I think I paid 50 cents or something for this. It was nothing.
Yeah, the only thing with putting that on the radio unit is you've actually physically got to have it pointing towards the drone at every aspect of the flight.
Really?
But it does increase the signal a little bit.
That's good to know.
Someone's got to do the Kermit voice now again because he's in.
Is he in the live stream though? I mean, he's just in the chat.
You've got to invite him in, yeah, and then he'll be in, I think.
Yeah, I've sent him one. Check your email, Drone Encounters, if you want to join us. I told them if he's still listening there, I told them that I would do the Kermit the Frog if you joined. My wife's excited.
Real excited.
But no, I used to always do voice. I don't know why. I just like imitating voices when I was a kid and sound effects and things like that.
Kermit the Frog is somebody that you've liked for a long time.
Oh yeah, that's definitely. I'm a big Jim Henson fan, which I understand is pretty popular in the UK, right?
Yeah, come on then. Let's hear you do him then.
Hold on.
Spock again says hello, folks. That's my bro. What up, bro?
Hi, bro.
Hi, bro.
24 days.
He says Kerm. That's what people used to call me. When I was in high school, just coming out of high school, I partied a lot, and I would get drunk at a party, and I even had the Kermit puppet, the actual authentic Kermit puppet, and I'd do the voice and do the puppet, and I'd get people cracking up because I'm drunk, so what I'm getting him to say is ridiculous things that Kermit would never say, and people would always just remember that, even if they didn't remember me or my name. So when they see me again, Kermit, it's the Kermit guy. And so my nickname ended up becoming Kermit for a while there.
I don't think Matt's coming.
No, somebody stole my Kermit puppet.
Maybe
Long
it ran
time
away.
ago.
Just really do it because I doubt that this is going to happen.
No, hey, it's contingent.
Oh,
I see people.
now.
People are muting their mics. Am I causing an echo? Are you guys getting too much feedback?
No, it's for some reason you sound perfectly fine. To be honest, Matt.
Yeah, you all right? Yeah, I just turned it off because I'm listening.
Okay.
I've lost my voice.
Oh yeah.
So to all of you guys, we sound like we have an accent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, there he is.
Right, come on then, do the Kermit.
I wish I had the puppet, but this is the Kermit the Frog. Hi, yo, Kermit the Frog here.
Yeah, that bass.
Yeah, definitely.
You can do his Piggy too, okay?
No, I don't do Miss Piggy too much. I can do like animals, like I don't know if you guys ever watched Muppet Babies, the little cartoons with the Muppets when they were babies. You guys remember that? Did you guys even have that? It's like a spin-off thing. But anyway, at the very end of every episode, the animal would say, that's my animal. But yeah, I used to get drunk and I would get Kermit the Frog to say dirty stuff. And it's pretty funny when you actually have the puppet and visualize and hear it. It's like Kermit just said that. So.
All right, so you got to go and get a puppet then.
I do. You can get them from FAO Schwartz, his expensive toy company or toy store, and get the authentic Jim Henson. At least that's the way I used to traditionally get it. But since then, Disney has bought Jim Henson production company. So I bet I can go through Disney and get it. But either way, they're real expensive, and you got to order it. So I've had one. I stole it.
Disney's Hollywood Studios had them for sale last week.
Last week. Thanks, Ian.
You should have, you should have said, not like I was there or anything, was it? Like, but you should have said.
Oh!
It's okay. Look, lucky my phone's waterproof.
That's like a party foul, though.
I just dribbled.
You can't dribble in the Rasta Room.
No dribbling in the Rasta Room, apparently.
I've spilled more drinks in here than I drank.
Oh, Keith, just to let you know, Matt sent in his question today, and it's quite a good one.
I missed that, Matt. Say it again.
Matt's big dream, he sent in his question today.
Yeah, I gathered that. And Ian sent in a question, didn't he? Yes.
So yeah, Matt's is quite a good one.
Yeah. Have you got one from Lee?
No, don't even hear off the man anymore.
No, yeah. Oh.
No.
Yeah, I haven't heard from, what, 3 days?
He's gone very quiet.
Goner.
He's found love.
Just to give you a heads up, Keith, my question is a very personal question about your love life. No, I'm just kidding. I just want to get him nervous.
I'm still getting over the fact that he's been a toy boy for most of his life.
Oh, thanks a lot.
Yeah.
I'm back again.
What the hell's Fish doing? Is he still? Oh, I thought he was going to sleep then.
He looked like his back was hurt when he got up earlier. Is she all right? I think he can't even hear us. I don't know. He's still on the phone, ain't he?
Yeah.
We've upset him because we want to find out all about him. He's the secret man, isn't he? We don't know anything about.
Oh, he's confidential. He keeps all his
The
confidential.
dark horse.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, when he
He's
comes
the one
back, everybody, we're going to tell him that we heard everything on his phone conversation. We'll see how nervous
Yeah.
he is. He's so private. Everybody play along. We heard it all.
How is it, Gail? Every time you're on, it's only fellas. We don't get any women.
I have no idea.
You know, at least on mine, I get you and Ailey, and if you know, and I'm trying to get other women in as well.
We've got Carol.
Yeah, but not on screen, Ian.
Well,
Only down there, yeah.
She's watching, aren't you?
What do I do? I had the woman on last night.
God, you know my live stream last night?
Which one?
You know my live stream last night? I monetized it, and within 2 minutes of about 30 seconds of finishing, I get an email from YouTube. I've got about 33 copyright warnings on that video, and I thought to myself, well, I didn't have any music on. And then I looked at what they were. It was Matt's TV on.
Let me guess, the sound of a lightsaber.
Yeah, and Vince's wife having air radio on. So that's why I got that email, you know, so I couldn't monetize it. I thought, well, I didn't put any music on. We're only talking. And then I realised all the music in the background.
It's amazing how sensitive it is.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's supposed to be the background music. You're not intentionally playing it. It's just ambient in the back. It's supposed to be fair use, right? Isn't that the rule?
Well, that's
Yes.
what I thought. But, you know, if it's copyright and they pick it up, that's it, innit? But 33, I thought, you know, couldn't understand it. So, absolutely brilliant. So,
Here's what did you get any dislikes on it?
one.
I haven't really. It's all pretty much stopped for me. It's been calm for a week, but if somebody else is monetized the video and you don't think that they should have been able to or something, you can flag it and YouTube will instantly take a look.
Yeah.
And so when you're saying that it happened right after 30 minutes after you ended, that makes me wonder if somebody disliked it and flagged you.
Yeah, but you don't just get 27 dislikes in 20 minutes.
No, I'll tell you how that happens. And I explained this a little bit to Gail and stuff. There's an app out there, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, so you basically are posting a video, somebody else's video on that app, and they get points for disliking it for you.
Yeah.
Without even clicking on the video, so you're not even getting the views.
Yeah.
So that's all that happens. I mean, they took that one video and they took one of mine my last live stream, and they posted it on that app or one of those apps, and a bunch of people disliked it without even clicking on it. That's all it is. It's still one person doing it.
That's like trolling.
Yeah.
That's like a troll.
But it works on a point system. To be able to post somebody else's video on there, you've got to gain points by disliking stuff for other people, right? And if you don't have enough points, you can't post. So basically, they may have just given you one dislike and flagged you because they didn't have points to put it on there. And that may be why I'm not been hit all week, because they just haven't been getting their points or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it don't worry me anyway, Matt. I think, well, if they want to be like that, people, it's up to them, innit?
Yeah.
How many dislikes you got on the latest video, Gail, then?
Well, I haven't got any dislikes, so this is 1 out of 10 for my new editing style.
Yeah, you got a bad comment, you know, oh, God, I never, you know, that's the first time I've ever been truthful on a video.
1 out of 10. Maybe 12, but it doesn't matter. I like playing with the effect.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I can see you being the effects lady, yeah.
You guys got to try new style, Keith. If you don't try, you don't get.
Yeah, I know. But
You've got quiet again, Jill.
Yeah, she is, isn't she? Very quiet.
I don't know how you could hear her, Keith. You're like answering her. I'm like, is Keith the one that can hear her? Did you guys hear her? It was like silent.
Am I clear or am I completely dead then?
Gail, it sounded like you've got your thumb over the mic or your hand over the mic.
No, I haven't.
That's what Barry said. I thought he was joking.
Yeah, I know. I did.
Is that better, sound-wise now?
If we're all quiet, yeah, Gail.
I don't know why there's not. I don't know why there's something wrong with the sound. This is quite a new iPad.
Have you got it in a case, Gail?
No. It's out of the case.
I was going to say, I've got mine in a case. Mine's standing up, but I do know when I've been on FaceTime on my iPad and I've had my hands on it, like pretty much, I don't even say like that. It's been quiet at times. Carol's dad, when he's FaceTime on his iPad, he puts his hand over somewhere and it goes pretty quiet like that.
Yeah, no, I've got like the one with the 2 mics on the side, and I'm holding it at the bottom, so I'm not touching the mics at all, because the mics are there's 2 at the top and I think 2 at the bottom, so I have 2 at the top, so I'm not touching any of the mics, so I might have a problem with the mic.
Yeah, it's a bit crazy.
Yeah,
So Tony Counter says he's in the chat watching now. Thanks, buddy. Thanks for coming in there. He did that for you guys to get the Kermit the Frog. But Josh also says, sorry, y'all, just got back dealing with the fam. You know how it is. Especially I do these pretty early on a Friday night, and most people are getting home from work and ready for the weekend, so I understand. And the wife says, say something.
There's Dad.
Oh, look.
Oh,
First time on the live stream.
Who's this?
That's my father-in-law. It's my wife's father. He lives with us.
Hey, Papa,
yeah,
come on in the room.
That's our very own Keith.
Oh.
No, that's our living babysitter.
Matt?
Yeah.
When she moved out.
Carol's just asked, was they your 2 daughters sat behind you?
Do what?
Carol asked, was they your 2 daughters behind you?
Oh, that's sweet. That's sweet. That actually is my daughter right there.
Yeah, that one.
Yep, that's my 18-year-old daughter. She graduates next week, and the other one's my wife.
Yeah,
It's so fun.
I had to explain a bit, man.
Yeah, they're only 10 years apart in age. Hi, Carol.
Hi, darling. When are you going to Orlando?
What'd she say?
When you going to Florida?
Oh, they disappeared. We're counting down the days, and I think it's 24 days.
I was going to say, I've watched yourself though, Mike, because you've got a bit of competition. She's going away with Keith in the next couple of days, and she's wanting to come away with you now, so.
I want to go on holiday with everyone.
So what you got to say to that, Ian, then? Are you going to let her?
Yeah, she can. As long as I get a quiet life, I'm happy.
Oh, a bit like me, yeah. I like the quiet life.
Yeah, but Keith, if we let her go anywhere with us, we're not having a quiet life.
Yeah, I know, that's the problem, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, TJ says he's in Florida.
No, Okay.
Nice. Where at, TJ? You near an ocean?
He's either near the ocean or near Disney. That's the whole Florida.
So where are your DJs?
What?
Dale?
What's
You know
that say
where-
again?
Whereabouts TJ lives in Florida?
No, I have no clue where TJ lives. Because
No.
big state, big state.
Yes, I know.
Drone encounters at cost is not good at all, mate. I'm sorry, I disagree with you.
Yeah, so do I. I didn't
I
like
don't
it.
think drone accounts could fly in Epcot. Got to pay to fly here.
You have no one.
Got to pay $2-3 to fly your drone in Walt Disney area.
Have you? Oh, I didn't know that.
This was
I
what
heard
was
that
on
about a
while
month
back.
ago.
Yeah, it's about $20, I believe. You can do a yearly one now, or you can do it per flight. And I think when it works out per flight, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's not.
And-
It's not good.
So does that include all Disney area then? Ian?
No, I think it's pretty much wherever you want to fly. To be honest, you've got to pay for it. Even
Yeah.
even
Even
on the
outside of
beach.
Disney.
Yeah, even if you're outside of Disney, you kind of got to. As far as I was concerned, Disney's a no-fly zone
Yeah.
That's what I would think.
because of everything's going on. When I was over there last week, there was a lot of different things being changed, and they're trying to bring in their own drones and stuff now for the fireworks show. And so they're trying to ban as many people as possible from flying in that area. It's the same with the helicopters and stuff like that. It's pretty much you don't really see any helicopters going over.
Josh says, Carey says, if I had a drone, I'd be spying on Cheesy. You can't really zoom in. I'd like to see somebody with a drone with a big lens zooming in on people. I mean, that's what you picture. People always talk about the spying and stuff. I mean, really the only spying I think goes on is people who sunbathe in their yard, and people fly over their yard to see the girls in the bikini or something.
So don't the Mavic zoom in? What's it got? A 3 times optical zoom on that, isn't it?
On the Mavic?
No, on the Mavic, it's not.
Isn't it?
No, on the Inspire, you can zoom in on one of the lenses, I believe.
Yeah.
But it's only something like 1.6, Keith, if I remember rightly.
Yeah.
It's not much. It's
Yeah,
not
but I mean, at least with a 4K, you can optically zoom in, can't you?
yeah.
Digitally, I mean, zoom in a little.
Yeah.
Josh says it's possible they be hooking guns to them and actually firing them. Now, Vince can do that. I'm not going to say he did do that, but I can tell you that he can do that.
I did do it.
I didn't want. I know you didn't show it though, right?
No, it's only one shot.
Yeah. That's still me. That's still something that I have never seen anybody else do.
There's actually so much that a lot of people don't know about that you can actually do to other people's drones with the aid of just an Arduino. You can actually skyjack a drone.
I can imagine.
I've heard of that, but I haven't never seen anybody that can do it. But if anybody can, it's Vince.
The Raspberry Pi is a good unit to do it. For $60, you just put the Raspberry Pi, power it off the battery. You've got a whole operating system up in the air. You can put a couple of apps on there, scans the airwaves, grabs your frequency, change the SSID on the fly, and bring it home to someone else.
Wow.
Great man to know.
So if I have a collection of drones back here next week, you'll know what happened.
Yeah. Can
Talk to
you
Vince.
get me one? Just send me an email, Vince, with all the instructions and all the apps I need.
I've got a bad habit ever since I was a little kid, was just pulling everything apart and reverse engineering the whole thing. And yeah, that's just me. That's my nature.
Yeah, but it's you know, the way you did your games machines, you know, fascinating.
Yeah.
I like those videos.
I grew up addicted to arcade machines and always wanted one. Now I've got fuss of the games of arcade machines on one.
Yeah.
No,
What about you got a jukebox as well?
Yeah, it's right behind me. I don't know if you can see it. I'll walk over to it and turn the lights on. You might see my ass because I'm in my underpants. Hang on.
We don't want that.
No, you didn't see anything. You're all right.
You're all right, Dale.
Vince, you got a shit stain. Hey Josh, you need to go check out Vince's channel. He's got an arcade that he set up with all the old games. Everything you could ever want is on it. It's neat. And he shows you how to do it. It's pretty cool.
That's the jukebox lights going in the background. I won't start it up because it's like 7:51 in the morning. But I think my music collection, I gave up count at 33,520 songs.
Oh,
Jeez.
so you got them all catalogued then?
Well, basically, it's alphabetically ordered, and you can just list through the pages, artists, and all that. But it's quite a neat control setup that I built for it. And yeah, the wife really loves it. I built it into an old arcade machine, and yeah, she loves it.
Oh, God. Oh, yeah. You'll have to put that on one of your videos.
Yeah, it is. It's one of my highest viewed videos. It's
I'll have a look at it then, Vince.
yeah, it's in the arcade section, and you'll see it there.
Yeah,
it's had some improvements since some of the video. Oh no, actually, yeah, I've done a few hacks on it and hack videos that I've put on there. But yeah, no, it's had some. Put it this way, I've had a lot of electrocution in my life. Here's one. There's what's everyone's thoughts on putting a wall plug into a bowl of water and putting your hand in it? What do you think the end result would be?
I think you'd be all right. I think I've heard that you'd be all right if you had an
Yeah, in one of my videos there, I've stripped a wall plug and I put it in the bowl of water, and you can see I put the globe in the bowl of water, so you can see the current coming through. And yeah, I put my hand in it. I saw it on a guy's channel, and I thought, wow, this is amazing. I'm going to try it. If I fry, I fry. But yeah, it was amazing. You can actually, and his the reason this guy put up the video was he was debunking movies. How, you know, in some movies people throw a toaster in the bath and they get electrocuted and all that. It actually can't happen.
Wow.
Wow. Oh, interesting. I'll have to go back through your catalogue of old videos that you've put on.
Well,
Yeah.
that's out the question from the toast in the bath with you tonight, love.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking, like, I wonder how many people out there have tried to kill their spouse doing that and then felt really stupid when it didn't work. Like, oh, now what do you do?
I actually had a friend, and he met this lady, and he used to work a lot of overtime. Before he met the lady, he was single, and he used to work quite hard to pay the mortgage and all that sort of stuff. So he had his own house, and because he worked a lot of overtime, you know, like he'd be home late and all that, and she thought she was cheating on him. And he was telling me one day before they split up, how he was in the shower and he had soap all in his eyes, and he heard the door of the shower screen open, and she was standing there with her hair dry, so, tell me where you've been, tell me where you've been. I thought it was funny.
Hey, by the way, Vince, Josh says we was talking about the arcade, and he wants to see what you can do. So he said he just subbed you and bailed you, Vince.
Yeah, no, the arcade's actually quite an awesome machine. I try to feature it in some of my videos in the background, and I'm trying to put different games up all the time as the backdrop. And yeah, it's quite good. It's a great machine, actually. Great machine.
He says, Vince, you sound Aussie. Yeah, he is. Almost went to, well, not originally, right, Vince?
No, I was born in Belgium, actually. Yeah, born in Belgium and lived here most of my life. Yeah,
He says he's been to Brisbane years ago. Sorry, I wanted to finish what he told you. What he was talking to you.
Okay, Brisbane. Yeah, Brisbane. Yeah, that's a nice place now. Yeah, it's a very nice place. But yeah, no, I lived. You know the Simpsons episode.
Simpsons.
Well, yeah, you know the Simpsons.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know how Homer lives close to a nuclear power plant.
Oh, go on.
Yeah.
Well, if you have a look at one of my videos, I've entitled it. The thumbnail is "Living Next to a What," and you'll see how close I live next to a nuclear power plant. My house in Belgium, and where it was basically what made me do the video is I remember my grandfather. He used to spoil me and my sister with money all the time, and he asked me one day, he goes, "What would you like for a birthday present?" And I said, "I'd like a pair of binoculars," and I got a pair of binoculars for the simple reason that from my bedroom window I could watch the nuclear power plant, all the alarms going off. It was quite interesting, actually, and yeah. I've got no, put it this way, I've got no qualms about living next to a nuclear power plant.
Yeah, I watched that video where you told the story and stuff. That's very interesting stuff. I couldn't believe when you finally showed exactly how. I was like, whoa! Like you could probably throw a rock and hit one of the buildings, right? Pretty darn close.
Yeah, it's no. It was look. I'd say distance-wise, probably 150 meters away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's still pretty crazy
Yeah.
for a nuclear power plant.
If it was ever gonna blow up, you're never gonna know, are you? You know, being that close.
Yeah.
Right.
And the actual problem with the nuclear power plant was actually it's very expensive to shut down a nuclear power plant because of the decontamination process and that. But because of the river and the intake for the water to cool the water towers, it rained over 200 days of the year in that area from the steam coming out of the cooling towers. Yeah, so it was always wet there.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Artificial rain clouds, basically.
Well, basically, yeah, just steam coming back down. Yeah, a lot of steam. And
Wow.
put it this way, they're never going to be in a drought in that area.
Matt's not at the moment. Matt's got his own lake again, haven't you, Matt?
Huh?
Haven't you got your own lake again back out at the back of yours?
Yeah. Do you see that?
Yeah, I've seen it before.
Wife, come tell them.
What it is?
She said she was going to tell you guys about it.
What's up?
What about our lake?
So we were outside yesterday, and we got it all cleaned up, weed-eated, and the yard was looking fantastic.
The rain is gone. I mean, it's not even mud. It was dry as a bone out there.
And I swear to God, it rained for maybe an hour, maybe two, and we come home to lakes.
Again,
like getting the boat out.
I mean, it's hardly rained today. It's been a little storm passed through once or twice.
But it rained real hard for that hour. I ran out in it.
Oh my God.
My hair looks like.
It's crazy again. I can take my boat out again. My little toy boat I bought.
It's pretty busy. It's a mess. It's full on lake.
And my front yard too. It's bad. I'm mad about the front yard because it's killing grass. In the backyard where it floods, it's flooded so many times there. Before we bought the house, the people that owned it before just let weeds and things grow there, and they didn't care. And so we tore all that down, but it's pretty much dead grass there anyway. The front yard, though, I managed last year to get it full and lush and green again. Did a lot of grass seeding and stuff and watering, and it got a good, beautiful lawn again, and now it's killing it. So
when we was in Florida last week, we didn't see any rain at all, man. It was crazy. So dry there at the moment.
Wow. Well, usually when I go to Florida, it rains just about every day, but just about an hour in the evening.
It's so dry there at the moment. They really do need some rain over there at Florida at the moment.
Wow. Well, we're getting it all up here.
Yeah, it's very dry. I was talking to a lady in the shop, and she pretty much said they'd not had any rain properly for about 2 months. That's why all the fires were going off over in Florida at the moment.
Yeah.
It's not even summer there yet, is it?
Not quite.
Into it now, isn't it?
Yeah, and about what was it, like a week or two away from officially being summer?
Thanks, kid.
Pretty soon.
Yeah.
I know the kids go on summer break after next week. So.
Yeah, this is their last week of school.
Today was our last Friday.
God, only a week to have to deal with this.
Nah, I should finish putting back in school for another 6 to 7 weeks. What do you reckon, Matt?
I couldn't do it. I feel bad that they don't get as long of a break as we did when I was a kid. They changed things a lot. They call it year-round schooling now, but it's not really year-round. They get basically they go longer throughout. They get a shorter summer break, but then they get longer breaks throughout the year. They'll get a week or two off for fall break and a week or two for spring break, and rather than a few days. But they're only off for 9 weeks, 8 or 9 weeks.
Yeah, we used to get 12.
Yeah, we got 12 when I was a kid. They get 8 or 9 now.
We get
6. We get 6.
We get 6. That's what I'm talking about.
We get 6.
No.
Yeah, I don't.
I feel bad for these kids. I want them to have.
I have to feed them every day and find a babysitter every day. They can go to school and have that then.
Matt, if you look after our Cody for one day, you'll want her in school, I'm telling you.
Well, you guys spoil that little girl. She's a sweet pie.
She's a sister.
Yeah, I don't blame you, man. She's a cutie pie, that little girl. He took his little sister to Disney.
You want me to say
Take to America to go to Disney. I showed you some of that. Yeah.
Coca-Cola? They went to that.
Yeah, they went to the Coca-Cola place.
Like, this is the Rasta Room, but our kitchen and our dining room is like all Coca-Cola and everything red and white and black. That was cool.
Look, you got the Coca-Cola hat.
There it is, man.
Our schooling down here is quite a bit different. It's funny because on our number plates on our cars, we pride ourselves as being the education state, but the reality is I think they get 6 weeks during the year in breaks of a fortnight, and at the end of the year, roughly 8 weeks. And once you go to tertiary education, which would be like university, college, or whatever it might be, wherever you're from, if you're feeling tired after the first year, they'll pay you to have the year off, and you can join the army reserves. That's an option. So you get paid while you join the army reserves, or you can do what most kids do. They get the government loan and go overseas for a year and come back, and they're 1 year behind in their education. That's the reality of it.
They get paid to travel for a year. That's what I heard.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do that.
Yeah.
How old you got to be?
Okay, but hang on. This is the perspective. This is the perspective of Australia. Now, how much is a packet of cigarettes where you're from?
$7, almost like 75.
Okay, we're
£9.20.
Okay, $43 here.
What?
Cool.
Like 43 my dollars?
43.
Brilliant.
43 Australian dollars for a packet of cigarettes.
Not much difference.
Wow. That's like groceries for half a week.
Yeah, what do you pay for a bottle of scotch?
About $20.
Okay, $39.95 for about 700 ml Black Douglas standard.
How much?
$39.95.
$40.
Is it because they're what do you call that, luxuries?
No, it's because we're taxed so high.
But is it like that on other things, like a gallon of milk or something like that?
How much is a gallon of milk?
Okay, we're on the metric system, but 2 litres of milk from the service station, because what happens here is our petrol station, service stations, whatever you want to call them, they collude with the major supermarket chains. So you could probably go to the Shell service station and get 2 litres of milk for $3 for 2 litres.
Jesus, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
No, what do we get, a gallon?
So Josh is commenting over here, and he's saying what I was talking about, the year-round school, what they call it here. They say there they call it a calendar year. His wife is a teacher. That's interesting. So, Simon's in the thing. I meant to say it. I seen you come in, but we was talking.
Hello.
Sorry.
Presentations.
A
You
loaf
doing
of a loaf of bread down here, just your standard normal loaf of bread's about $5.49 Australian.
Whoa. See, that's
Since when?
89 cents.
89 cents.
89 cents is what we can pay for a loaf of bread.
Well, I saw Fish. When was it? Maybe a week ago. He was putting fuel in his car, and he filled it at $2.20, and your imperial measurement is gallons. And I did the conversion back, and that is 60 cents Australian. But the reality is we're at $1.24 a litre.
That's crazy good.
No, that's good.
No,
I mean, that's better than us.
Yeah, way better.
No, it's worse than you. We're
What?
at $1. You guys are at 60 cents a litre. That's in the metric version. We are at $1.24 a litre. We're double.
Oh, you were saying what we are. Okay, I get you. Wow.
We're double. We're double.
I thought he was saying $1.20 a gallon like us.
Well, now here they.
I got it.
Your house, Matt, if that house was here in Melbourne, that house there, 900,000 Australian dollars, easy.
Whoa.
Nobody got time for that.
We paid 100.
Yeah.
Right around.
That's
Vince,
crazy.
Is that like that all over Australia, or is it just because it's in Melbourne? Or
No, because look, the world sees Australia as a mine, basically a big iron ore mine. So you had a lot of mining going on here, and our economy was propped up by the mining sector. And what happened with that is we had a lot of Asian investors come here, and because the Chinese don't like holding their money in China, they started buying property and everything here, and really, inflating the economy to a point. Now, look, kids can't afford. Our kids will never have a house. They just will not afford a mortgage. The average mortgage here in Australia now, I think, is about $400,000. Yeah.
That breaks my heart. Like, I'm so sad for you right now.
Yeah, but our wages too is. I'll give you a rough idea. Average wage, say a kid working at McDonald's will be on, and I'm talking a 15-year-old, 16-year-old, probably $15 to $17 an hour.
Okay. So that makes sense.
It's still not
No,
quite
it doesn't.
equal, but that is a little better than we would make here. My kid, what does she make? $8 an hour, maybe?
No, $7.75.
$7.75. Doing the
Yeah.
same kind of stuff. She's
But
18 years old.
You have like kangaroos, like we have squirrels.
No, that's a good point, though. I mean, I could see the economy also inflating because of how desirable it is to live there. I mean, everything I hear about Australia is such an awesome place. I want to go one day. I would love to live there. I could see a lot of people wanting to come live there.
Yeah, the problem, it's like everything else in the world, though. It's like you guys in America or you guys in England, you live there, so you don't really, you live in that economy, in that environment, so you really don't get to do the traveling that a tourist would do. But it's not really cheap anymore to do anything here. That's the problem for us. If you come here as a tourist and you've got your budget planned and right, I'm going to go see the penguins, I'm going to go see the kangaroos or whatever, you've got that planned. But here, when you're working and trying to live the lifestyle that we do, your wages get eaten up by a lot of bills. I mean, I could show you some bills that I've got here, some utility bills, gas, water and all that. Our water is astronomical, but that's the cost of living in a lucky country, as they say.
Have you ever thought about moving?
No. We live in the environment, so we're adjusted to it, just like you guys live in your environment and you're adjusted.
We thought about moving.
like
we're
somewhere
always
with the
talking.
beach. I don't know if you know, like the United, like we are in a. There's no beaches.
Well, Australia's got some wonderful beaches, but they also have giant great whites.
Yeah, but we're in the
Yeah.
middle of the United States. I mean, there's nothing here. I hate
Yeah,
it.
no, we drive. We can probably get to the best surf beaches in Victoria within 20 minutes, I'd say.
Wow.
It's so good.
We're pretty
Yeah, so-
landlocked where we're at. We could go probably about 4 hours north and get to the Great Lakes.
Yeah.
Which has got some nice beaches, but that's it for
You
us.
can go either way out of my driveway and see cornfields.
And right now we've got a lake in our yard, so
Yeah,
that's that,
so
we got that.
We doing good around here.
We're
You're
very,
getting there, Matt.
Just get some sand imported then, Matt.
We're good.
I do let the kids play in it.
we're a very adaptive race down here in Australia. I mean, one, you hit a kangaroo in your car's damaged, but at least you got food to go home with. We actually eat kangaroo down here, and
I think kangaroo jerky.
yeah, kangaroo jerky. I've seen that quite a bit, but yeah, no, our supermarkets, we have kangaroo steaks, all that sort of stuff. Yeah.
We
Pretty
have
good.
deer. We have deer like that.
They do too down there.
Our national emblem, if you have a look at our national emblem of the country, it's got a kangaroo, a shield, and an emu, and we eat both our animals on our national emblem.
That's awesome, though.
You'd think they'd be sacred, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this, Vince. Have you ever heard of the book called The Secret River? I believe it's by Kate Greenwich.
No, I haven't actually, no.
It's a pretty popular book, so I didn't know if maybe you had heard of it. But it's I read it years ago, and I read it actually 4 or 5 times. I love it. It's about a criminal from the UK, long time ago. I don't know what I don't remember. It's been a while since I read. I don't remember what year this happened is, but it's basically the founding of Australia, and where they would send the criminals to like a prison camp in Australia, and it's about one man's journey of getting in trouble, getting sent to Australia, and starting a plot of land and a life there, and trying to get along with the Aboriginal people. It's very, very good book, very interesting book. It's kind of brutal, there's some brutal stuff in it, but it's very interesting stuff.
Hey, somebody commented and asked if my hair was natural. And like, this is my hair, but it's not natural color.
Where did you see that at?
So it's up there. I seen it.
Oh, Drone Encounters. Is hair natural?
Carol had you back in school a minute ago, so don't worry about it.
As soon as they say something about me, I'm like, hold up.
Yeah, and also he says, anyone else think Vince is looking like Lemmy from Motorhead? Rock and roll. He is. Reincarnated. That's awesome.
Drone Encounters said he meant hair extensions. I think Drone Encounters is looking at buying some hair extensions at this rate.
Oh, he needs some. Right here.
No.
No, I'm just kidding.
DJ Ian, he's your brother from another mother.
Yeah.
I think Vince looks like Huey from what is it now? Young Criminals, is it? What are they called? From the 90s, Huey. He's the DJ now on a radio station over here.
No, put Jordan Adams at Wednesday Adams Wrestling.
Adam's family. Yeah, so I'll give him some stick, that's why.
Huey Lewis in the news?
No, I'll get a picture of him on my phone. I'll show you.
Yeah, Josh says, sad day in music history the other day. Rest in peace, Chris Cornell. Yeah, that was rough. You guys familiar with that? With Chris Cornell and that music?
Yeah.
Fun-loving criminals.
Yeah, Chris Cornell was the generation that I listened to. You know, the rock music that I came up on, Soundgarden and Pearl Jam and all those good ones. But yeah, Soundgarden was one of my favorites, and especially Audio Slave.
There you go, $27 right there, people.
I can't tell which one's you, Vinny.
$27.
Oh, there you are.
Right there.
$27. No way.
Wow, and you buy them? You still buy them?
Oh, well, we live here.
Yeah.
It's like I don't know what you guys pay for a DJI Mavic over there, but we've got them advertised here on special at the moment for $1,699, and I'm pretty sure you guys pay less than that.
Yeah, but what taxes? Is it tax? Like you couldn't buy one from me and me send it to you, and you're not worried about that price?
Well, yeah, you could actually, but see, the government now is everything that gets bought online now here in Australia is going to have a GST or goods and services tax added to it to the tune of 12%.
Wow. There's still some comments over here I wanted to read. I definitely understand depression, sad thing to deal with, because he's talking about Chris Cornell. Sounded like he was depressed. I think it sounds like he hung himself, which is I read the story and it was bizarre. It said he hung himself, but it also said the police found him on a bathroom floor. That doesn't click with me. How did he hang himself and end up on a floor? But yeah. Then he says, I still can't get over Robin Williams again. Depression. You know what? The Robin Williams thing, I don't think was so much depression. Robin Williams, one of his best friends was Bobcat Goldthwait, the comedian. I don't know if you guys remember him. He was in Police Academy and some old movies and stuff. Anyway, he went on a podcast, Joe Rogan's podcast, Joe Rogan Experience, very popular podcast, and talked about Robin Williams and his last days, and because he was probably closer to him than anybody, other than maybe his wife. They were best friends. They spent every day together, and basically he says Robin Williams' this disease he had that they didn't know he had, and they usually don't catch it until after somebody dies, and they do autopsy and thing, and they can find out from their brain that they had this rare disease, but it causes some crazy stuff. Like you hear voices, and it's basically almost schizophrenic type side effects from this disease. It's something weird. I don't remember exactly how it went. And said, "Oh, Bobcat, met him once after he left Bob and Tom show." That's awesome. Bob and Tom's from right here where I'm at. But yeah, basically what I'm getting at though is it turns out that Robin Williams probably wasn't just depressed and killed himself. He probably had like a schizophrenic, manic episode and did it out of he wasn't himself and thinking. Or some people speculate that he was having these episodes. Bobcat says he was definitely having these episodes the week or two leading up to his death. He was definitely not himself, and that maybe he didn't want to live like that. But either way, sad, really sad.
Oh, it's cookie time for fish.
Yeah. Cookie break.
No cookie break.
Yeah.
Missed them.
Absolutely brilliant. Eddie Gale fish. Yeah.
Watching something big.
Got Pop Tarts instead.
Hey,
sorry, Matt. I'm just enjoying watching fish doing his cookies and everything.
What goes over at the moment, isn't it?
I wish that people could click on the little boxes while they're watching on YouTube and watch whoever they want. Because fish is way more entertaining than the rest of us.
Can't you? You can click on the box and then just leave it. That just leaves them in then.
Yeah. Now, Vinny actually Vinny did this test earlier where he was able to put the box on the screen that had the chat, the YouTube chat, actually in the video. So even once the video is uploaded to YouTube later, everybody can see all the chats that are happening while it's going on. And you can see them instead of, having the YouTube back there or whatever. I'm going to try something like that. I'm going to test maybe this week so that maybe next week. I don't know if it'll work with Hangouts and doing it through Hangouts, but if it does, I'd like to be able to do that. It's pretty neat.
Repeat what you did again, Matt. Say that again.
Vinny did it earlier. I've seen other people do it too, but Vinny did a test and it worked for him. But basically, he was able to make the chat box that appears on YouTube appear on the video, just over here on the side. And so, I'd be over here and then over here would be the chat box and it'd be permanently there even after the video uploads to YouTube, after the live stream ends. That chat is there throughout the video so anybody can watch along. You know what I mean?
Yeah, is he screenshotting it then?
No,
No, it's
I'm
an
using the
app.
program.
Okay, there he is.
Yeah, there's a
program that broadcasts on there.
All right.
The program's name is X Split Broadcaster. So what actually happens is you just you set up your clients in the broadcasting program, and you either have YouTube, Twitch, various platforms, and you just click on that, and the chat in the window is an add-on. So you just bring in your add-on to the screen, and I don't think anyone can actually join in camera like we are now, but so you're broadcasting like a television station, but everybody gets to see everybody's chat.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. The only other way is screen record, isn't it?
Yeah.
So how did you get on with your live streaming today, then, Vince?
I'm on Google Hangouts now.
Yeah, but I mean, earlier on, you went through.
Yeah,
that.
I resolved it all. Yeah, got it going. Yeah, that's all good.
Did you get anybody watching?
No, I wasn't interested in that. I was just trying to work it.
You was just doing it as a test, yeah.
Yeah.
I was watching.
Yeah,
I saw
Yes, it was on.
Yeah, I was just sorry, go.
No, I was gonna say it's just something really neat to do, and I definitely think YouTube should have already done it. They were so behind on some things, and you know, the way everybody is opening the box so they can see the chat back there, stuff, that's ridiculous. And it's a common thing that everybody knows how to do if you live stream pretty much. And it's a hack. It's like companies shouldn't have every one of your people doing a hack to work your product. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Yeah.
What's that? Make it do that, you know?
It all comes down to responsibility, I guess. No one wants to take responsibility for what anyone's broadcasting. That's probably why they don't enable it. They enable the very minimum here on Google Hangouts.
Yeah.
But in saying that, I think that Google Hangouts is a great option, especially for the older community who don't have the knowledge. You know what I mean? It's very simple. You just click Google Hangouts, tick the box, and
Are there other options for bringing in other people like I'm doing here?
Basically you're like a television station, and everybody's watching you.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind doing it other ways if if I could bring people in like this. That's the only reason why I do it this way.
Yeah. OBS is just like a TV station, so you can't fetch anybody in. It's only live chat that you see. The only way you can do it is through Hangouts, man. You know.
Well, look at that. Monica McGillicuddy's here. She says, "Gail and the boys."
Gail's always with the boys.
Oh, I know. I'm telling you, she's jealous. Monica, come in.
She's jealous. Hey, you could absolutely come in, Monica, if you weren't busy and wanted to come in the live stream. This is a free for all.
Yeah, come on in, Monica.
Yeah.
Hey, what do you?
Tomorrow, Matt is going to be one of the moderators on Monica's live stream tomorrow with all the world YouTubers yet again.
We can't understand you. I couldn't hear you, Gail. I'm sorry.
Oh, man, this is so annoying. He's going to be a moderator in Monica's beauty chat tomorrow with all her beauty divas again. He's becoming very feminine.
Nice.
Have you sent her a link then, Matt? Have you sent her an email?
No, I don't have her email. And if Monica, if you want to come in, I just need your email. If you want to send me one so you don't have to post yours for the public, my email is mattsbigdream@gmail.com. Just send me something so I have your email to send you an invite back. Yeah, Josh says, I can't do this cool stuff, or half this cool stuff. I worked with an unsmart smartphone. No, I get it. And hey, you know what? If it's an iPhone, they've already made it available for everybody now, right? Live streaming on YouTube.
Yeah, but Not for the Android yet, though. Of the
Not
Mac.
for the Android, unless you have 1,000 subscribers. I have an Android and I'm able to do it.
Yeah.
But they're going to eventually make it for everybody, I think, which is great. That's one step in the right direction, YouTube. Now, if you can make this chat thing work right, I would love to be able to do it mobile and bring people in. Am I asking too much of YouTube?
Yeah, you are. Yeah. They won't do that, I don't think.
Well, I mean, I think that this live stream thing is definitely catching on. A lot of people are doing it now. But even a couple years ago, I seen it coming. Even a couple years ago, I was trying it out and going, oh, wow, I can live stream. It was a lot more difficult back then. But you could do it, and it was fun. And other people that did, I watched their stuff. You've seen this coming a mile away, YouTube.
Yeah.
Late to the game.
Hey, what do you pay for a carton of Coronas over where you are, Matt?
Me, over in the United States?
Yeah. A box of Coronas. I don't know if you call it we call it a slab of beer.
A slab. I don't know that one. We call it a case. Or
case.
if it's a case, it'll have 24 bottles, 24 cans.
What would you pay for that?
Coronas, they are still considered import for us because they come from Mexico, so they're a little bit more expensive than domestic, but they're not that expensive. I think we pay $18 to $20.
I was going to say, Matt,
I wish I could screenshot this. I wish I could screenshot. I'm looking at our shop now. We've got a shop called Liquorland, which is owned by one of the big supermarket chains here. And this is how the ad reads, and it's on special. Corona bottle, 355 ml, $56 for the case.
$56
for the case.
Woo. But if your kids working at McDonald's are making $16 an hour, they can afford that.
It's all relative, but it's just when you tell other people, it's just It used to be very cheap here, but not anymore.
Yeah.
And we're the culprits who made it this way because we wanted pay rise after pay rise after pay rise, and so we did it to ourselves basically.
So Diamond is popped in. Diamond 76 says, "Hi Matt, hey Diamond, thanks for joining us. We've got a bunch of YouTubers on the panel down here. Let's say hi everybody. Ian, Keith, Comics, Gail from Intellect Productions, Simon from All Presentations, and Vinny G. Say hi."
Hi.
Just a quick rundown. People who are watching are like, who are all these people? A lot of them you've seen before, I'm sure. Bunch of fun people. And again, I'm going to reiterate, just in case anybody's watching now or watches this later, if anybody wants to join the live stream on a Friday, there's really only like one YouTuber in the world that I wouldn't allow in here. Everybody else, just let me know. And if you're that one, you already know. I don't even have to say who you are. You already know, and you're probably watching right now, giving me dislikes.
Oh, you're clear. Dislikes.
Oh, no,
Hey, let me ask you. I gotta ask Ian something real quick. Ian, I didn't know you were getting hit with the dislikes.
Yeah, I think it was from how can I put it? You remember when I was in Spain 2 weeks ago and we posted a picture? It was since that picture.
Okay, I was wondering. I was like, what did DJ Ian do to make this guy mad?
Yeah.
Because I was pretty sure from last night's live stream you were talking about who I thought you were talking about.
Yeah,
but I'm like, what did Ian do?
Yeah, that's the one.
But it doesn't take much, and it's so transparent, isn't it? Or like as soon as you piss him off, you get all these dislikes. You're like, well, I don't know who it is.
I wouldn't mind. I've done nothing wrong. Apart from put an alien concrete slab up.
You can't say that.
Did I hit too much on that one, Matt?
It's no big deal, though. Honestly, I'm not going to complain at all. I don't mind dislikes. I really don't give a damn whatsoever. They mean nothing. They absolutely do nothing to your video. I know that person who does it says that if you're live streaming and you get a bunch of dislikes, your video goes down the list of who can see it or something. That's baloney. You can go look at all the YouTube. They tell you everything they take into account with all their statistics. And thumbs up and thumbs down is only for entertainment purposes. It absolutely weighs.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's right.
And honestly, if people see my video and they see it's got a bunch of thumbs down, and see it's got 30, they're gonna go, "What the hell? Why do people hate this so much?" And they'll click on it. So you're helping me.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind.
look.
I only do it for a bit of fun as a hobby. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not too fussed. Like you just said, if we're going to just put dislike, at least they're watching the video, aren't they? They give me an extra view, I guess.
Yeah.
Right.
Look, yeah, I mean, there's, it's thumbs up, thumbs down. It doesn't matter. It's good to have controversy anyway.
Yeah. Now, I do think the person doing it is being really childish, but that's separate from how it affects me. Thumbs up or thumbs down. I don't care what, I don't care about thumbs down, but seriously, dude. God.
We
Like a
are
little
talking about
kid throwing
drone encounters here, aren't we?
Huh?
No, I'm only messing.
We're talking about drone encounters.
He's commenting, you see.
Oh, yeah, he says, "Who's the one?" He knows who it is. Honestly, I don't. I'm scared now that we've talked about it too much, and I've provoked that person because it's been quiet for a week.
Yeah.
Get ready.
Get ready for a shitstorm coming.
At all your videos, mate.
A week of drunken rage is coming out. I hope not. It's been good. I don't want to provoke them. Honestly, if you're watching and you've been calmed down for a week, thank you. It is childish. There's no reason for that dumb stuff. And honestly, that person, let me say this, I don't want to keep talking about this, but that person thinks that they're getting hit by a troll too. But all of the dislikes they're getting are real people. They're us. They're all real people that doesn't like them or their videos. And they're giving them a thumbs down.
Oh.
It's not an app. It's not a troll. It's real people like, screw you. I'm just saying. Just saying. Just clear the air.
It's funny. It's funny sometimes. You look at your dislikes and you just go, "Wow, who is that?" And I've tried to research how you can find out who it is, but it's pretty hard. They secure their information.
Yeah. I mean, I wish I could pull it up quickly and easily, but I know I can pull it up. But it's hilarious. I can look at the entire history of my YouTube channel, likes versus dislikes, and it's like 93% or something crazy of likes, And then the moment I piss this one person off, it's 50-50. I mean, it really dropped from 93% to 50% in 2 days. And I'm supposed to go, who did that? Who is I just don't know. It's hilarious. So transparent. But I don't care.
You can actually retract the dislikes and the likes, can't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can. Yeah. Oh, you mean make it where it doesn't even show up in the count and things?
Well, yeah, the person who disliked you can actually retract it, can't they?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Just go and pay him a visit.
But like I said, they're using that app. Have you seen that app, Vinny?
No.
That scroll app. There's an app where people can use basically you earn points for disliking other people's. Other people will post videos on there, and you can give it a thumbs up or thumbs down without actually clicking on the video at all. There's just you've got the quick link to like or dislike, and so the more you go through as a member on this app, the more you go through and dislike these videos that other have posted, and they want you to dislike them. There are other trolls that are like, screw this guy, and they post this video, and they want other people to dislike it. The more you do that, the more points you get. And then with your points, you can post videos that other people will dislike for you. So say you've got an enemy and you don't like his videos, you post his videos on this site, and all these people will dislike it, giving him 20 or 30 dislikes in a matter of an hour to get themselves points. You get what I'm saying? It's a point-based troll app is what it is. It's hilarious.
Who gets to be the biggest troll?
Drone encounters looks like he says he might take my drone for a journey somewhere. He's going out on Sunday, I believe.
Oh no! He wants to go out tomorrow night back to the Denby. Mental, doesn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, well, he asked me
About 10 o'clock, Matt.
He says he's going across the
Hey,
sea.
You guys in England.
I love Claudia.
I've got a question for you. I got onto YouTube and I watched these guys, and apparently in your what we call a tip, you might call a rubbish dump or whatever, you guys now have competitions over there in pest control. These guys go out at night time, they put a camera on their scope and they just shoot rats at night. Have you guys heard of that?
No.
I don't think so.
It's a very big sport in England now, and the air rifles that they're using are real high tech, and these guys would make some great snipers. If you get a chance to see it, it's in your rubbish dumps in England. The rat population's so big that even the cats are just standing there. They don't know what to do. There's this, and it's becoming a sport.
Matt, just going off the subject, mate. Look at that comment. What's just been made? That was me in Spain with mine, wasn't it, mate?
What comments have you made?
Nothing. I'm gonna have to check
Matt
is there,
knows what I'm on about.
is there YouTube videos of this, Vince?
Yes, there is. It's just type in pest control in England on YouTube, and you'll see these guys are absolutely great shots. I mean, it's one way of control. You actually pay to do this to the tip, and guys of up to 10 people go there at night time, and they video their kills, and they're trying to reduce the rat population. It's absolutely fantastic. In a sense.
Josh says they do that here, like once every so many years in Kentucky and Tennessee. And no offense to Josh, but he looks like the kind of guy that would do something like that. They have to use airsoft guns though.
These guys.
No, Josh
these guys,
the
air rifles they use are like an Olympic style air rifle, where there's no recocking. It's just a trigger mechanism and probably a CO2 bottle attached to it, but they're firing lead into these rats. And the rats are big.
What?
Very big.
Matt, what is Fishy doing? I can't even see on that screen.
Huh?
What's Fish doing?
Maybe showing us videos of what we're talking about. That happens sometimes.
That's what I'm doing. Showing you.
Have any of you guys seen that channel on YouTube where it's a young bloke? He lives in America somewhere. He's probably in the middle part of North America, and his channel's about traps, rat traps, and things like that. And he copped a lot of flack from the YouTube society or people, I guess. And what happened was that he changed his style.
I can't hear you.
So he decided to eat what he trapped. It's very interesting.
Sorry, Simon is having trouble with his audio, and he was commenting in there. I don't think he can hear us at all. He was just whistling, so to test that we could hear him. We can hear him, but he can't hear us. Maybe a problem with the speakers on his system, or maybe he just needs to reload the stream or something. I don't know.
This guy, he traps a skunk in his barn, and he decides to eat it. And yeah, that's interesting.
He traps a skunk and decides to eat it?
Yeah, he runs a YouTube channel about traps, and just so he wouldn't get vilified by the YouTube community, his motto is, I'm not going to kill anything for no reason. I will eat what I kill.
Makes sense.
Okay. I know that I hear that a lot from hunters here in the United States, and I don't know if that's common there, but hunters here get a lot of slack from vegetarians and vegans and things, and so their defense is, well, I eat what I kill. You know, you don't kill for fun.
I couldn't believe your coyotes over there. I've never seen coyotes till I watched a couple of videos on YouTube, and Yeah, they're pretty ferocious things.
Yeah, and you know what? They're just crazy animals. I have them here. I hear them and see them out in the fields. They're very elusive, even though they're all around. They're hard to actually see. You might catch a stray one or two that's away from the pack every once in a while, but you hear them a lot at night, and rather than see them. But those guys, if you find a pack and you try to take them out because they're in your farmland or whatever, and you kill one or two, the rest of the pack will automatically go into I don't want to be rude or crude. I don't know what they call it. Simon would probably know, but he probably can't even hear us. But they go into mating season automatically. You know what I mean? They automatically start reproducing because you've killed one or two, and then they'll have 5 more to make up for the 2 because now you're a threat to the. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what happens is every time people try to get rid of the coyotes or reduce their populations, they grow. They're very resilient. So they pretty much have stopped trying to hunt them and just let them be. But they're apparently out in California and stuff. They're coming into the cities. They're living under bridges and things in the cities, and people have no idea they're there. I think like in LA they have probably over 1,000 of them living in the city, and most people have no clue because they're so good at hiding.
What I remember when I was growing up in Belgium as a young kid, there was always this rabies things, there was the perception of rabies, especially squirrels, rats and bats and things like that. I don't know if you heard about it, but Johnny Depp, not last year, the year before, he did come to Australia, he was still with his partner at the time, and they tried to sneak in their pet dogs, on their private.
Got big trouble over that.
Yeah, because we have some very strict quarantine laws. We don't have rabies at all. No instances of rabies here in Australia. Is rabies a big problem?
Yes, it happened. I actually just a couple years ago, a young girl was bit by a bat and died from rabies here in my city. But yeah, they're pretty common.
Yeah.
If you find a bat or there's a few other animals that if you find or run into in the wild, you might as well assume they may have rabies or at least can carry the virus, even if they're not rabid, because it's so common. Like a bat here, you pretty much are almost guaranteed to get rabies if you're bit by a bat. We get rabies shots.
A dog can get rabies, can't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. It's sad when it happens.
I don't think I'd like to see that kind of situation because, I don't know if it's like the movies and they turn real savage or not, but yeah, it'd just be strange.
Yeah, it's sad.
We had, at my friend's place, we had a rat problem there, so we bought a bucket of rat bait or rat sack, whatever you guys might call it, and that was interesting. It must be really nice what they put in that stuff because the dogs chewed up the whole bucket, and we counter reacted like it was the kids' dogs, and we've got guns down here, we've got shotguns and that stuff. So I looked at my friend looked at me, and we read up on the death through rat sack, and it's quite a slow death. It's a 5-day process, and we thought, Jesus, what do we do? Do we shoot them, or do we tell the kids they didn't come home, or what do we do, And it was actually amazing. We read up on how to fix that, and hydroxide peroxide. We went to the chemist and we bought this stuff, and we just gave it to them through their mouth orally, and then it was just a course of. And the vitamin K is actually quite expensive, but I could not believe that you could bring an animal back from eating rat poison.
Wow, I didn't know that either.
No,
I just want to acknowledge we've got Sesame Sun over here has joined us. She's saying hi and chatting with us. In case you guys can't see it, she says rabies can be common. Raccoons and squirrels here, yeah. And Josh says raccoons are known to host rabies. And then she says, yes, they are by law supposed to be vaccinated. Dogs, I mean. Dogs are supposed to be vaccinated here. And people, I think. Josh says, yucky, cheesy, that disease. which is his slang for gross shit. For anybody who didn't understand that. So Simon chatted and said his audio's back on. You good now, Simon?
Yeah, it's all good, man.
All right, sounds great. Yeah, and then Sesame said, most people bitten by a dog without proof of rabies shot, they have to get the shot. Pretty painful, I have heard. And then Josh says, Sesame, it is. It's a 3-shot deal. Woo. And then Diamond says she heard it's painful. And Josh says over a period of time. So probably, and he said LOL. So yeah, you probably get a shot, and then a day or two you get another shot, I think it is. I've heard of people doing it.
I was watching Fish does a few live streams, and Fish was walking through the bush, and I asked a question, is there any bears there? Because, like, you know, we don't have bears. Yeah, I mean, the worst thing you're going to come across here is probably, well, snakes maybe, things like that. But our wildlife is quite venomous down here. But, yeah, are bears common where you guys are?
Not here, not in my state. They are in America, but in my state, I think we talked about this last week, but yeah, they've pretty much years ago eradicated bears here just by losing their land and overhunting and whatever. But slowly, they're protected now, and slowly it's black bears here, not Kodiak or brown bears. They are starting to make their way back towards here. This last year or two, we've had a bear or two come over into state line into our state, and it was all over the news. It's very exciting. Bears are kind of moving back towards this way, and it won't be long before we have some black bears in the state, but we're talking, you know, a couple black bears. They are pretty common in the states around us, though. It's just, we're kind of a small state, and even though we have a lot of woodlands, it isn't until the last 50 years that we've really protected that land. You know?
I noticed you guys have a very interesting pastime called launching squirrels.
Called what?
Launching squirrels from catapults.
Oh, I've never seen that. That sounds so cruel.
Yeah,
Squirrels are the cutest little things. I would never try to pet a squirrel or anything like that because they are known for rabies. I try to stay away from them, and I heard they do bite. They usually won't even come near you anyway. They run when you're, you know, anywhere close. But they're very common, even in the city. You'll see them right out your window and stuff all the time. But
just right up to get out of your hands.
I think probably every country has a squirrel launcher, you know? I think every country probably has some people that will launch squirrels. Just one of those things.
Yeah,
okay, Josh knows about it. He says squirrel flipping. Ha ha ha, funny.
I'll tell you what we do eat down here now. Australia itself, you know, was populated by the Aborigines, which are the original owners of the land, and they have a very interesting diet. Where you guys might treat a sulphur-crested cockatoo as a pet, yeah, they have no problems in eating them. It's like a chicken.
No, I can see that. But they fly in flocks of hundreds of thousands, don't they?
Yeah. They're quite destructive, actually.
Yeah.
Very destructive.
I know your budgies. They're flying in flocks of millions of budgies.
Yeah.
They darken the skies.
Yeah. Josh is saying, like, no joke, I want to walk through the bush, but all I have is these damn trees. Sesame says, Matt, are you in Florida? No, I am in Indiana, Midwest. And Josh says, very few bears seen here anymore. But this year and last year, this year and last in Terre Haute and Evansville. Josh, you are here in my home state, aren't you? Terre Haute and Evansville is in my home state. He says, we've seen more cougars than bears. And you know what, Josh? It's hilarious you say that. And I had no idea Josh is from here. But I did a vlog the other day. I filmed a vlog talking about the cougars that are starting to make their way back into my area, mountain lions. And I scrapped the whole thing because I had the settings wrong on my new camera. I'm still learning to use it. So the autofocus, I had it set to focus on anything that moves, thinking I'm the only thing moving, right? I set it up on tripod. The wind blew the leaves behind me, and it kept focusing in and out behind me. So I scrapped the whole thing. I'm going to redo it probably next week, and we'll talk about the mountain lions. But there's been some sightings Some confirmed, some unconfirmed, but definitely some confirmed. We've got some trail cam footage of some mountain lions coming back. I guess about 100, 150 years ago, they were eradicated in this area. They were overhunted and they lost too much land, and they just left this area completely and went west. They're starting to move back from the west now that more lands are being protected for them. So, he says, Fort Wayne, my friend actually, Auburn, where ACD Museum, home of the Duesenbergs, born and raised. Nice, yeah.
My perception of Florida is like Disneyland. I guess you could say. To me, Florida is like a city, but realistically, when you Google Earth it and you get on the ground through Google Earth, you realise that it's, you know, there's some swampland and stuff like that. Did you guys hear about that couple in Disneyland? They got their kid eaten by a crocodile last year.
That was right opposite Walt Disney World itself. Vince, that.
Yeah, I could not believe that. You know, that's just.
Vince, I'm a regular 2 to 3 times a year to Florida. We go to Disney. Where that incident happened, put it this way, you wouldn't let your kid go in that lake, for starters.
Right, I was getting ready to say the same thing. If you go to Florida, and my grandmother lived in a retirement community in a beautiful city in Florida near Tampa, Clearwater is where it's at. And way away from any real wilderness at all. Way away from it. It's concrete for miles. And gators are very common in everybody's pools and everybody's ditches. Down there, gators are everywhere. And you never let a child go swimming anywhere, even a pool, without some supervision, because gators love the pools. But especially a pond or lake out behind Disney. I mean, it was bound to happen.
Massive.
I've seen some guys in the golf courses in Florida, and they're standing back. You got the golfers standing back, and they're waiting for this giant crocodile to just like walk across, you know. And it's just amazing, you know. Because to us down here in Australia, we see Florida as Disneyland, so we see it as just buildings. Do you know what I mean?
I just recently watched a documentary about them building Disney. And it was talked a lot about the swamplands, and it was like a genius idea that this land was worth nothing. Nobody wanted it. There was nothing but gators and swamps. And Walt Disney was able to acquire most of the land he needed for very cheap, using some disguised businesses, so people didn't know that it was him buying up all this land. But eventually people caught on, raised the prices, and to finish getting the land he needed, he had to pay a pretty penny, even though it was unused swamplands. But then he had to spend millions of dollars to convert swampland into a paradise. You know, it's swampland. It is. It's Gator Central.
Yeah.
Well, Everglades. I mean, it's one of the top places in the world to visit Everglades. So it's the state of Florida, isn't it?
Yeah.
Where this kid got S, right? I wouldn't even paddle at my feet. I know that water pretty well. It's where the boat goes across Disney. You just literally wouldn't let your kid go in it anyway.
Got to be brain dead.
Yeah,
just
me and Carol
imagine
getting married right next to that place where it actually happened. With me and Carol passed it last week, and there's all fencing up now. Even it does do signs up saying "Do not feed the alligators." That's pretty much common sense that these alligators in that water.
Just imagine though, like, I mean, it's bad enough if you do lose a child. You know, that's emotionally probably the worst kind of emotion you could experience, but you still have a burial, you still have a body, you have something, but for your child to get eaten, you know,
that's got to be horrific. Yeah,
that's got to be bad.
You should know. Sesame here is commenting, and Sesame is in Florida. She lives in Florida, looks like, and she said you would be surprised how many gators are close to the tourists at Disney World. Seriously, Google it. There's footage of this. She also said, I live near a lake, so we see gators strolling around the sidewalks in our yard. We always check the pool before we get in the pool.
Ian will confirm. If you're in Florida, you see gators. They're everywhere, aren't they?
Yeah, pretty much. About 2 years ago, we was in a taxi at Travel Lights, and what looked like it was a log on the water with a bird sitting on it. And I went, no, it's not a log, that. Have a look, it's an alligator. And this taxi driver went, yeah, that's definitely an alligator. And it was huge. So we've seen snakes in Florida, man. So, and that's run by our hotel.
Wow.
So I've sat at a restaurant off one of the major roads in Orange County, one of the major highways, and they've had a few tables outside for sort of nice weather eating, and there's just been what looks like a sewer ditch, and as you're eating, it looks like you can see the whole vegetation moving, but there's no vegetation. You suddenly see the snout come out, and there's this gator there, it's just, and that's in what appears to be a sewer. They're everywhere over there.
Wow.
Yeah,
And the other thing that amazed me about Florida is I grew up watching that show on TV when I was a kid. It was a couple of park rangers with swamp boats. They're a big thing over there in those swamp boats.
Yeah, the airboats.
Yeah, them. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been in one when I go over there. I was talking to Ian the other day that we stayed in Kissimmee, and just outside Kissimmee is a place called Boggy Creek. In the Everglades, they have airboats everywhere, but the closest place to Disney is just outside of, I believe, Ian might be able to tell me better. It's just outside of Kissimmee in a place called Boggy Creek, and over here in the UK, I think Ian might know this, or I suppose Keith might know, but we had a series called Gentle Ben when we were growing up.
Yeah.
Yes.
On TV. That was an airboat, and that was kind of the equivalent of that, all sitting there with your earphones on and shooting across the water.
Yeah, I watched that. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about, that show there. We're all showing our age.
There's a newer show in the last 5 years or so called Swamp People. Have you guys ever seen that?
Swamp People,
Yes.
yeah, we've seen it a few times.
Yeah, I've seen it a few times.
That's where they hunt the gators. That's really interesting to me. I've never seen, so I've seen that show. I didn't know there was a market for people hunting gators. They hand out tags, and I guess there has to be to get those gator boots, though, right?
This same place, Boggy Creek, where they do the airboat rides.
Believe it or
Every
not.
other airboat ride is for hunters. It's for people to go and shoot the gators.
I've got a question for you guys in England or Britain, or whatever you might call it. No offence meant. The Queen's Guards, those furry hats they got on, they call them bear skins. Are they actually made from bear skin?
I couldn't tell you on that one. I don't think
I couldn't tell you.
I'll 30 seconds, I'll Google it.
I'll need the geekster to that.
I was just always wondering.
He got the answer, Ian.
I'm researching.
I'm looking at the comments. Sesame Sun saying pythons is a big hunter's dream down here now. So I'm taking it she means in Florida.
Yeah, she's saying in Florida, pythons are hunter's dream.
Well, that
you guys have a lot of pythons in Australia, right?
Yeah, we got a lot of snakes.
I don't know if you,
Our snakes are awesome.
I tell you, I'm lucky where I live in the United States, and Josh may know what I'm talking about. There's actually very few venomous animals at all. We've got, I can name on one hand probably all the venomous animals. We've got the brown recluse spiders. I think we have some black widows. We've got some rattlesnakes, and they're not diamond. What are they? I can't remember. There's a kind of rattlesnake that's common here. Not that common. None of these animals I've ever seen. So I've never seen a venomous animal in my area of the world at all. I'm lucky.
Oh, we do.
I know you do.
Our spiders catch snakes.
Yeah. See, I listened to the Joe Rogan Experience podcast, and Joe Rogan is a big hunter, and a lot of his friends are from Australia, and he brings them on as guests. And I've heard him talk a lot about the animals and things you have in there. So fascinating. And I guess it reminded me when you started talking about the Johnny Depp bringing his dog thing. They brought in animals. Correct me if I'm wrong, but they brought in animals to get rid of other animals, and they've gone out of control, right?
Yep.
you have a crazy amount of. What is it?
The cane toad is one example of that. They brought in the cane toad from Europe to control a bug in the cane fields, and the cane toads got rid of the bugs, but then the cane toad grew much bigger.
Yeah, Josh just corrected. Copperheads. There's copperheads. Eastern diamondback, cottonmouth, maybe in southern Indiana, other places, I don't know.
I'll be able to show it.
But yeah, and it was something they talked about with rabbits and cats. There's feral cats, a lot of feral cats there.
Yeah, my cat's feral. Yeah.
We have a lot here. I can't say nothing. We actually have a cat I've been taking care of that's just been living in the woods, I think. So.
And it's funny because you have a look at how a feral cat hunts a rabbit, and it depends on how hungry the cat can be, but their teeth and their jaws on these cats are that strong that they actually get to pierce the skull, the bone. They go through the bone to eat the brain.
Wow. Sesame says, who is from Australia? The brown snakes are badass. Yeah, Vince here is from Australia. Have you seen a brown snake?
Yeah. We have tiger snakes down here, what we call tiger snakes as well. They can be pretty bad. You really, I've been in a situation, like I said, we go shooting, whatever. I've had guns since I was 18. Our laws permit us to have guns for hunting, such as long arms. We can get provisional permits for firearms, but I've been in situations where you're walking through the bush and you really have to watch where you're walking, because the snakes, they curl up and they sunbake. And one day when I was younger, I thought, I want this snake because I wanted to, one, eat it, and two, keep the skin. And so I put one shot through its head, and I've never seen a snake jump in the air that high with its mouth wide open. And lucky we had a shotgun to finish the job, because one bullet through the head does not do a snake here, I can tell you that. They're very dangerous.
Yeah, that's scary.
Yeah.
I was talking to Simon about some of the places that I would love to go see the wildlife, but I'm a little too scared to. Like, I don't know if any of you guys have ever been down to South America and the Amazon, but that scares the crap out of me. Like, I'd love to go see a place, but I'm scared of anacondas. I don't want a 35-foot snake.
I'll give you a funny incident that happened to one of my daughters when she was younger. My first daughter, actually. We were walking through this field, the outback, the bush, and there was a track through the grass, probably about, I'd say, maybe a metre wide. And the kids couldn't work out what it was, and the kids were happy because this track had been ploughed through the grass, so they were following this channel. So they go running over this hill, and they come running back over screaming, and what it was a big goanna. The goanna was probably maybe metre in size, but these things are like dragons, and the claws on them are very, very sharp. You just don't want to go near them, But just to see these kids run back over the hill screaming was the funniest thing.
I would, as an adult. I don't mess with none of that. I'd have been right there screaming with them.
Yeah. No, they live in the trees, and their claws, I kid you not, are so big. Even though they're a slow-moving animal, and they reckon it's a disease that they got in their mouth that kills their prey. It's a slow-killing process. It's just, stay away from them.
Area, isn't it?
Yeah. Same as crocodiles and alligators, I guess. That if you get bitten by one of those, they reckon the bacteria in their mouth is what can do a lot of damage.
So that's how the Komodo dragon kills prey. So a Komodo dragon doesn't actually have venom; it just has this terrific amount of bacteria. One nip, and then they wait for the prey item to run away. Then the incredible scent takes them to that prey item, and the trail might take them 12 hours, 18 hours before they eventually meet the prey. Again, now dead, bacteria in the infected wound, and not a direct venom. It's a strange thing.
It's amazing the world we live in, isn't it?
I'll tell you something funny about cane toads, though. The cane toads we used over here, used to ship them over to the NHS, and they used to inject them with women's urine as a form of a pregnancy test. If the urine from the woman was positive for pregnancy, the cane toad would lay eggs within 12 hours. And that's the way they used to tell if women were pregnant or not. The quickest way they could do it. Yeah.
You know, the
urine.
I've had
that happened recently.
Over the course of my life, and I'm 52 this year, I've come across people that have promoted natural remedies, I guess you could say, but Aboriginal women have been able to give themselves abortions naturally ever since the beginning of time. They actually go to this tree and they pick a handful of seeds off this tree and they drop the seeds in water, and it's the ones that float that do the job. You have a look at how Aborigines survive here in Australia. They'd be very hard to get rid of that race. You physically have to wipe them out, but to survive in this, I mean, we are, I think, one of the top 10 hardest countries to invade for the fact that we're mostly desert. It would be useless to invade Australia, but for the Aboriginals to survive the way they do, to their diet, their hunting skills and all that, they're very, very talented people, actually.
Their inherent knowledge is just amazing.
Yeah. I mean, how do you walk up to a tree and know that that is going to be a form of birth control? You know, and what happened here, when the British came to Australia, they used to find a lot of British bushmen in the middle of the bush, and there'd be 10 blokes and they'd all be dead. And what they'd do is they'd boil their billy. They'd have a teapot and boil their tea water, but they'd be stirring it with the sticks, you know, from the branches and stuff like that. And that stick was actually poisonous, and they couldn't work it out for quite a long time that, you know, what they were stirring their tea with is what was killing them.
No way.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever heard of ayahuasca?
I haven't.
No.
It's a psychedelic drug that they make in old medicine men started it in South America, and it apparently comes from the leaves of a tree on one side of the continent and roots from another plant from the other side of the continent. And somehow, hundreds, maybe thousands of years ago, they figured out that if you mix those two things that were not grown near each other at all, you would get this psychedelic experience that they believe brought you closer to God and things like that. And you can actually take trips to South America and go stay in these villages with medicine men, and they'll dose you out. They'll look into your eyes, decide how much you can handle, and they'll dose you out this ayahuasca, and you spend the night growing up, purging, and in another world, apparently. It's very interesting stuff. I mean, I've never done nothing like it, but it's interesting. It's interesting.
I'll tell you something, if any of you guys ever come to Australia and you go to Queensland, one thing you've got to try and do is eat koala poo. For the simple reason that, no, serious, listen to this, right? Koalas eat eucalyptus trees. Now, when a baby koala is born, the eucalyptus tree is actually poisonous to the baby koala, so the baby koala actually eats the mother's feces. Now, the feces, the feces were also eaten by the Aboriginals, so there's actually a company now, it's been around for quite a few years, they actually market little bags of koala poo that you can eat, and it tastes like, what would you say, gingerbread.
You've eaten it?
Yeah.
You have eaten koala poo?
Yeah.
Oh, that is insane. I've never heard of such a thing.
We have, no. Now, the British, when the British colonised Australia, I mean, can you imagine like a couple of boats coming to Australia and there's nothing here but bush and very venomous wildlife? So we had no tobacco industry, no nothing here. Now, if you ever come here as a tourist, you can actually buy a kangaroo scrotum, and what the scrotum bag was a tobacco pouch. They actually made tobacco pouches from a kangaroo scrotum, and you can still buy them today.
Now, I can go there, but I can't eat the poop. And the way Simon is laughing, it sounds like something you Aussies get people to do when they come. Let's tell them this is a delicacy here. Get them poop.
But if you're a naturalist like me, you don't mind animal poo anyway. It's half the thing we look at all the time for identifying tracks. And you have to sometimes have to pick it up and smell it to know if it's an otter or whatever it is. So I don't mind animal poo. As long as it's not.
Yeah, but if you pick it up and smell it and you say, "Oh, that's a koala," do you taste it?
No, no.
No, if that was the only determining factor, I might. You know?
So that's the thing. You guys wouldn't know what. Well, from your countries, we're the only country in the world that has eucalyptus trees. That's why only Australia can really. Koalas originated from here, and that's their diet. They're actually quite a very different smell on its own, and when it goes through their digestive system, it's digested out as probably the best of what you could get out of a eucalyptus tree.
Still, you're probably the only country that eats shit too, though.
When you look at it that way, yep.
Well, most of your stuff is unique, isn't it? I mean, most of it's endemic. I think you're the only country, or one of the countries, with the most endemic species, you know, because you've just been an island for so long. Everything on there is totally unique.
The only way I can describe it is if you've tried Vegemite, koala poo's a lot better tasting than Vegemite.
Oh my God, I'm not afraid of it. I
believe that. I believe that. But I'm not from the UK. I don't eat Vegemite. What you guys eat over there? Is that an Australia thing?
Yeah, no, Vegemite was. Well, see that the Vegemite thing was our conditions and our variables in our environment. Now, when the British colonised Australia, we had no refrigerators. We had nothing here. We were just nothing. And how Vegemite came about was what Vegemite is fermented yeast. Basically, that's what it is, and it doesn't go off. So let's eat some Vegemite.
Wow.
Excellent. You know, in September, Matt, in the UK, you might find people of a certain age, teenagers, people in their early 20s, venturing across fields to find south-facing banks, looking for what's called the Liberty Cap mushroom, which is the magic mushroom. Starts in early September, ends second week of October. But if you keep your eyes open, you drive around the countryside between those periods, sometimes you'll see people that shouldn't be in the countryside suddenly appearing in the middle of fields with carrier bags. They're picking these liberty mushrooms.
Now that happens here too, but I don't know how it works there. But here they only grow under cow dung, and they've got to be dairy cows.
Okay.
I don't know what that is about or why it is, but it's something that the dairy cows eat or something that they're given that produces the right chemicals that when they poo, the mushrooms grow under the poo. And those are the magic ones. But because of that, these dairy farmers are very aware of what those people are doing on the countryside that don't belong there, and they pull out shotguns.
Yeah.
So most people don't even try. Nowadays they grow them at home in an artificial aquarium thing or something.
We're back to shit again.
And that's a common thing. I can honestly say I've never taken mushrooms.
No.
But
I know friends that have. I
wouldn't mind trying one day though. I mean, it doesn't sound like something that I'm gonna die from. It sounds like it'd be an interesting experience to try once. But I hear from all the people I know that have that they definitely do taste like poop, probably because of the way they're grown. And so a lot of people here find ways to sweeten them up. They'll dip them in chocolate, things like that.
Do you
One of my
guys?
friends had tea stewed from one.
Tea?
And, yeah, tea stewed. Yeah, and I know that it was a lovely day. He was lying out in the field. So he had a little Jimmy burner, and put his can on and stewed them and had them. And I know that. Don't ask me how I know this, but I know that the sky had lots of fluffy clouds in it. One of those kind of like summer days, and he was staring at them for so long that when he turned over, he started to turn over, and he didn't know at this point if he was experiencing anything. But as he turned over and looked down, again, it was just blue sky and fluffy clouds. In fact, everywhere he looked, sky and fluffy clouds. He couldn't escape it. So obviously, yeah, they work pretty well sometimes. So, but that's all I know. That's as much as I know.
I know a guy who lost a week of his life on magic mushrooms. He can't remember one whole week.
Wow, that must have been some good mushrooms.
Do you guys have these?
What the heck is that?
What are they?
Opium poppies?
Oh no,
Oh Jesus! What?
There you go.
I know of them, but that's the domain of Afghanistan normally.
Yeah, no, well, believe it or not, Tasmania is our southern island, Van Diemen's Land, are the biggest opium poppy farmers in the southern hemisphere. That's where it's basically where heroin's made for the what would you say? The medical industry.
Yeah.
And I remember these things in Belgium when I was growing up. You know, if you had a toothache, a headache, or anything like that, Grandma would go out in the paddock and she'd just chop a bit out and put it in your coffee. Here, drink this, pass out, you're done. no more pains.
Pure opium.
Yeah, well, the things that are derived from that is the scourge of the world, isn't it?
Yeah, basically, yeah. The opium wars, and see, when you read about the opium wars and how England was able to get Hong Kong for 100 years, that was basically over drugs. That's what it was.
Yeah.
So, by the way, Sesame says, Matt, I hope you live stream when you try this, talking about the mushrooms. So I will. I'll live stream it when I get a chance to do mushrooms one of these days. I'll be on my live stream. That ought to be great.
I want to see you do I want to see you do a Carolina Reaper.
The Carolina Reaper? I can't even eat hot sauce. I have sensitive taste buds. I don't do hot stuff.
I'd like to try Carolina Reaper.
Not me. I don't do hot stuff.
And the worst thing about the Carolina Reaper challenge, I can imagine it would be intensely hot. And that's going in, but 24 hours later, it's got to come out. So it's a double jeopardy, you know.
Oh man! So what would happen if you fed a koala a Carolina Reaper and then ate its poo?
I wouldn't eat it. No, no. Koalas.
That's hot shit. That's hot shit.
Yeah, koalas. See, it's like our wildlife here in Australia, especially if you're a farmer and you've got chickens, ducks, turkeys, hens, and all that sort of stuff. What they eventually did here is they imported those dogs from Italy. They're a special breed of dog, and they eat their own feces for the simple reason it's their natural instinct to do so, that the wildlife can't detect that there's a guard dog on the property, because these guard dogs are quite vicious, and the reason they eat their own feces, these dogs, is to cover up their scent for any other animal, because this dog is not eating until it finds something to hunt and kill. It won't eat chickens, it won't eat anything, but it'll eat foxes, it'll eat wild boars, anything else.
So Josh says, Vince, you would definitely be wishing, or you definitely wish you would be shitting on an ice block the whole time.
Yeah, I can just imagine the Carolina Reaper.
Now they sell different muffins and breads here with the poppy seeds from the poppy plant. and it's pretty common to have poppy seeds and things. But it's also well known not to eat those if you have a drug test. If you have to take, or if you have to get a new job or something like that, here in America at least, you will fail a drug test for opium because you ate something with poppy seeds.
There's been quite a few major named athletes in the past, historically, that have actually failed drug tests because they've eaten a bread roll with poppy seeds on it.
Exactly.
Hmm.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And of course, every time I fail a drug test, I say, I ate some poppy seeds, I swear. I'm just kidding.
All the buildings I go to, everybody smokes marijuana, and it's just terrible. It's 60% all over. Last 3 hotels was all marijuana. This hotel is a little bit better. You can see me packing my bags up, and I'm moving. Changing rooms.
No wonder you're full of.
Because the damn dope heads?
Excuse me?
Because of the dope heads? You're getting out of there?
Yeah. No dope heads here.
Isn't
Just on the highway side. Don't want to be on the highway side.
Isn't America
Hear the roadway all night.
what would you say?
Hotel tour.
Decriminalizing marijuana?
Hey, Fishy's going to be the guy that calls the cops on me when I do the mushrooms live.
Me.
Isn't America decriminalizing marijuana?
Yeah, I got a pothead. He's just teasing.
No, Vince, slowly it's happening in certain places. There's a rumor that, well, I say a rumor. There's a representative pushing a law, pushing a bill to try to get passed that will decriminalize it federally for the whole country. Chances of it passing are very slim. Slowly, state by state, the states are legalizing it. When we had Obama as the president, he refused to enforce government law and allowed the states to make their own laws as far as marijuana. If they want to legalize it, he didn't send in federal agents to raid anybody. He said, you do your own thing. Now that we have Trump is saying he's going to crack down on it. So I don't like it. I think they should be allowed to do what they want. You know, regardless what you feel about marijuana or not, I think the states should be allowed to make their own laws because not everybody's the same. You know what I mean? And if you don't like it, you can live in a state because there's way more states that it's illegal than there are that are legal.
Yeah.
But it is about 50-50 when it comes to medical marijuana. I think about half of the states are now allowed to, you can get it medically if you have a prescription, which means you can say, oh, my finger hurts. And somebody writes you a description.
My finger hurts. I'll be back. Gotta go get some marijuana.
Yep. Then come back in with a big fat spliff and a finger feeling great.
Why not?
You know, it's actually illegal in Jamaica. I thought it was legal. I thought it was going to be weed everywhere when I went there. Nope, it's illegal. But it is still everywhere. We even was on a bus. We was on the bus and there was road work and there was a bunch of, Jamaicans doing the road work. And we had to stop in the traffic because there was so much going on, it was just stopped. And we're just watching out the window and like 3 guys that are working on the roads, one of them pulls out a spliff and lights it and passes it, and they all stand there. They're working. They're on the job, working on the road, smoking, and it's obviously not a big deal because they would around here. If you did that, you'd go to jail instantly.
Was the road straight?
We were stopped, so apparently there was a problem. No, but here it's very strict. I don't know if you guys know this. I've talked about it before, but I've been to jail. I've gotten arrested for possession of paraphernalia, which means basically what happened is I got drunk at a bar and my little brother was with me. He called a friend to drive us home so we didn't have to drive drunk. And the friend got pulled over because his license were suspended. And he had under one of the seats a pipe, a little, it's called a one-hitter, little bitty pipe that you can fit one hit of weed in. And it had residue where he had used marijuana with it. But there was no marijuana in the car. There was no marijuana on any of us. But because that was in the car, I went to jail for possession of paraphernalia.
Wow.
I did 6 months. I did 6 months of probation and 6 months of house arrest with an ankle bracelet because of that.
Really?
No way.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, I'm going to say good night to you all, and I'll see you all on the next live stream.
All right. Hey, good night. Good night, Random Life. Good night, Gail. Good night.
Yeah.
Keith. I'm going to go ahead and end this thing anyway. It's been over 2 hours, almost 2.5 hours. So I've got to go see the family for a little bit.
No,
Thanks so much. Hey, good to see you, Simon. Vince, I really appreciate you joining in. I love hearing about the life down under. Fish, Invisible Fishy Comics, I appreciate it. He's going to report to the cops right now. Oh, there he is.
Good night, everyone.
Thanks, Fish, man. I appreciate you joining in with us. It's been fun. And, of course, Keith,
Thank
man.
you. Appreciate it. Cheer me up. Thank you. Gotta go.
All right.
Bye then.
Yeah,
All
see
right.
Keith.
All right. Hey, Josh, Sesame, Diamond, all you guys, thank you so much for joining in the chat, commenting with us. It's been a lot of fun. It's been a good one. A lot of fun, a lot of laughs. Peace. Now I got to do my intro again. It's going to sound the same. No, I'm just kidding. Hey, great stream, Matt. Definitely be back for more. Thanks for the shout out on my fellow Hoosier. Be cool, bro. I didn't even know, Josh. That's awesome, man. Maybe we'll connect sometime, hang out or something. That'd be cool. All right, guys. Thanks for joining the live stream. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I definitely did. It's been a lot of fun. We'll see you next Friday. Every Friday, guys. So see you then. Peace.